Hello everyone. A bit of a late stream coming up. We had a lot to sort out right at the end. Guy dropped out, got two guys in, but yeah, now we're all good to go. We're all sorted out. And yeah, alright, today we are at Belgium, one of the longest tracks on the grid, bro, I'm still one of the longest tracks on the calendar, both in real life and on the calendar we've got for the season, round 8 out of 10, so we are nearing the end of TRL for season 1, and it's raining, interesting. But we are nearing the end of TRL, but still a lot still hangs in the balance. I hope all the audio is good. I hope everything's okay. No one's come out of the garage yet, which I'm honestly quite surprised. People, okay, so optimal tires looking like mediums. We've got a full grid today again. We finally got back to the full grids, and basically between last race and this race we have had Sebi Debi lose his seat, DPS COD lose his seat, and Kenga requested to drop to a reserve driver because he knew he wouldn't be able to attend many races in the future. So that leaves 3 open seats, which will be assigned after today's race. And in place of those 3 seats for today, we have we've got Simon Jr., we have Bantoft, and we have where is he? I'm a bit blind. Yeah, we've got Janas, I think it's how you pronounce it. And then we also have Legend as a reserve for Tan 1212. And we've got, again, give me a sec because I'm blind. I can't find the guy. Oh yeah, here we go. We got Kenty, who's a reserve for Gexy, because Gexy unfortunately along with 10-12-12 couldn't make it, so I had to bring them in as reserves. Apparently only Q1 is wet, so it won't affect too much. I guess that's good. I guess it's not, depends on how you see it. Alright, can finally calm down now and watch everyone drive along. Spark proves to be a nice race, a good race. So, how are things right now? We've got Faxland, who's won 3 races. DXSinio has won the last 2 races, so he'll be looking to make it 3 in a row and match Faxland's streak of winning races in a row, and also bring him a lot closer to him in the championship standings, because as things stand right now, Faxland is on 111 points, Andre is on 83, Bumpier is on 82, and DXSinio is on 77. And after DXSinio we got the drivers where they start to lag behind, which puts Son-Evan 5th with 49 points, Gexy behind him on 48. And that would be the top, I think that's top 6 drivers. Simon Jr. is already out while I was talking about driver standings. I hope he's okay. Maybe the rain just got to him. I don't know who's the first person out. I don't know who's going to be the first person to set a lap. Could be the Red Bull of No, Roy just started this lap. Legends on an out lap. There's an Alpha Tauri that's about to cross the line, starting his lap. So Martins is on a lap. I think Martins is actually the first guy that's gonna set a lap. So on board with Martins. Oh, I like that bit of this. That was well timed. Oh, actually, Merv Martin actually could be the first person to set a lap. I'm not sure. There's a spun out Ferrari of Smithpell. Merv Martin validated his lap. I think it was going to be the first driver to set a lap, but that's invalidated, so that's not going to happen. There's a racing point right there. Martins is going strong. I think he'll be the first person then to set a lap, unless that Williams. Oh no, it was Sonev. Sonev set the first lap. Alright. 155.5 slow laps from you know, with the rain and stuff. And now James Robertson's come through with a 158.4. Martin's invalidated his lap. Merv Martin now going strong again on his second run around. Martin's, ooh, he's not going to be happy with that. I think his last lap was invalidated. This one is as well. Adu just starting off his lap for excellence in the garage. Smithpell, I think, is still... Smithpell really seems to be struggling out there, I think. Legend now comes across the line with a 159.5. DeRoy starting his lap. Got a Haas coming across the line. Oh, I just entering the pits. Got Linubis. So Smithpell, yeah, he's going to be the next person, I think, who's going to set a lap. Not seemingly having the best connection with me. Ooh, his MUFC's retired from the session. Seems to have spun out after Radion, I'm guessing. Now Smithpell coming across the chicane, the final chicane. Really hard to get good traction out of there. Rain does not help at all with that. And I thought he was, yeah, there we go, set lap with a 158.0. Andre's got the fastest lap so far, the 153.7. Merv Martin with the 207.1. Definitely a spin happened during his lap. As Martin's now ready for his third go, he'll be hoping he's not going to invalidate it. Adu with his lap time invalidated. Some drivers still in the pits. Jonas, his lap is currently invalid. Roy, final stretch to go. Legend's currently going slow. Well, actually, I wouldn't trust the game on that. Legend now. Oh, goes wide. Doesn't invalidate his lap, but he's definitely not going to be improving, I think. No, he's not. DeRoy comes across the line to 156.1, places himself in fourth. Bossman Pickle came across the line to 206.1. I'm guessing he also had issues during his lap, like Merv Martin did. Some sort of spin. Martin's lap going strong. Oh, as we see how that's a spun out Haas on the mini map. It's not the Exasinios, it's Godly Noob seems to have spun out. It was on his out lap as well, and just came up as we see. I think that was not Busman Pickle, it was the other McLaren, was McLaren of Kenty, I think then, who spun out right next to Godly Noob as Merv Martin comes across the line with a 153.9, a much more indicative lap of his true pace. Son Evs with a 154.8, Bumpy with 155.0. Busman Pickle will be looking to improve on his lap. Martin's finally managed to set a lap after having some issues with invalidations. He's got a 157.1. Obviously, when you're in the weights on the intermediate, it's not always the best indicative of how good you are, but it's what the drivers are going to have to work around with for at least Q1. Godly Noob making his way around the track with no front wing. There's 8 minutes left. He has a lot of tracks still left to traverse with no front wing, and he's got to come out and do a lap and hope he doesn't invalidate. KCDB is still in the pits, taking his time to come out, even the Exasinio. Two Ferraris about to cross the line. No, wait, one Ferrari is about to cross the line. Bantoff's left the session. I hope everything's okay. Gonna invite him back. And hopefully he rejoins. He was in 7th with the 157.4, so he's doing pretty decent. And Bossman Pickle as well set a 157.9, improved on his lap time. And Godly Noob managed to traverse his way back into the pits. A-Dude's out. KCDB still in the pits. I know he's watching, don't know what he's doing. In fact, so now current leader in the Drivers' Championship. Gonna see where he places among the rest inside this small amount of rain that we've got. The Exasinio as well, lost 2 races in a row on an out lap. Giannis as well. Currently 11 drivers have set the lap, 2 drivers have crashed out. Kieran's Kieran enjoying his time on the comments. He just can't be asked straight. Well, better than getting eliminated. You are currently 15th, you're on the brink of elimination. And if you invalidate, you are gonna go out, so better get out. A-Dude now is coming through Sector 2. He's on an out lap now. The Exasinio is about to start his lap. And Faxton, while I was talking away, set a 154.8 over a second slower to Andre. This reminds me of the constructor standings, as we see Mercedes and Racing Point so close to each other. And if we take a look at the constructor standings, we've got Racing Point currently in first with 161 points. And the Mercedes in second with 125 points. In third, we've got the Haas with 90. In fourth, Williams with 84. And then in fifth, we've got McLaren tied with sixth of the Alfa Romeo, both with 52 points. Well, quite a big jump then between the Williams and McLaren, and a pretty big jump as well between Racing Point Mercedes and Mercedes to Haas. A-Dude smashed the set of 156.1, pretty good for him. No, he's always around there in the midfield, A-Dude. I don't think he gets enough TV time though, poor lad. Giannis comes through with a strong 154.9. I'm curious to see what this guy can do in the dry once the rain clears up for the rest of qualifying. And 4 drivers still yet to set a lap. Case to be still on his out lap. Godly Noob is in the pits. DXSinio is coming through his lap through the final few pieces of Sector 3. Godly Noob's on an out lap now. Kenty's in the pits as well. And not a lot of time to set a lap. And at this stage, unless you've got the fuel for it, you're only gonna have around 1 lap. These guys are only gonna have 1 lap left. As DXSinio sets the fastest lap on soft, so the 150.8. So yeah, the track's slowly been clearing up. So this now puts Legend at risk, who's in the pit. He's on an out lap. Jim Robertson is gonna be very close to that brink of elimination, who's also on an out lap on softs. And Smith Bell's still in the pits. He's hoping he's gonna be able to sustain his position and make sure he remains there. Case the B's out on softs. Kenty's still in the garage, and Godly Noob's also out on softs, so as long as they can stick it out on softs, they'll probably be doing just fine and getting into a top 15 as long as they don't invalidate their lap. Legend's out on mediums. Oh no, I hope he knows that this is full qualifying, not short, because Q1 isn't where you start your tire on. He's gonna be slower on mediums, but then again, the only people he's got in front of him are on intermediate, so he'll be hoping it'll be enough to get him through to Q2. Godly Noobs just started his lap. KCDB set the fastest lap, 146.3. I'd be hoping no one else sets lap, because that'll be the only time it's going to come first in the qualifying session. Godly Noob now coming on strong. Kenty's on an out lap, waiting till the last second to come out. A smart call from him. He knew he wouldn't have a chance to do a second lap even if he came out earlier, so fair enough to him coming out just at the last moment. Legends also started his lap. Hopefully that delta's not correct. I don't think it is. He's only 1 corner in. Jim Robertson is 8 seconds up on his delta. I'll put him on a 150. Still got a lot of track left to go. A lot more to improve. Smith Bell's on. Basically everyone is almost out on stuff. Bantoft is not. Bantoft is in the pits on intermediates. He won't have time to set another lap. So Bantoft could very well get eliminated. In fact, we're seeing him drop down the pecking order as Jamie Robertson set a 146.5. Godly Noob soon gonna finish his lap. One of the strongest drivers on the grid, Godly Noob. He's gonna hope not to invalidate it now through the final chicane. He's gonna come out open DRS, where he's gonna place himself. Goes in first with a 143.6. Bossman Pickle now on the brink of elimination, out on softs though, so he's hoping he's going to be fine. Smith Bell is going to really need to step on the gas. He's not got enough time left to do his lap. He's on an out lap and with 10 seconds to go. If this were real life, I don't think he wouldn't be able to make it, but I think the game, as long as you're out, still lets you continue. They've got their qualifying system really messed up this year's game, because as we see now, I think he's going to be able to start his lap. Yep, he is, even though qualifying's technically ended, so don't know how that works out. Legends basically 9 seconds above his delta, if the game's correct. Normally it doesn't when you just scroll onto a player. Now he's going to cross the line. Sets 147.4 on mediums. Sanev's got 143.3. Bompier's in first with 143.1. So Bantoft's on the brink of elimination in 15th, but Bossman Pickle now gets 144.0, and that's going to put Bantoft into the elimination zone. Martins is still on his lap, so he might not get eliminated. But Smith Bell, because Smith Bell's the only way between Martins getting eliminated or not, and Kenty's also actually is also there. someone set a lap. I don't know who set the lap. I think it was Martin. There was Martins who set the lap with 144.0 as well. Now that puts Adut at risk, but he's on a lap. And Smithpell looking to get out of the elimination zone. Kenty as well. We see a Racing Point come across the line. That was a Faxon. He's now put himself in first to 142.4. Mercedes have both come across the line. 142.5, 142.5 from both of the Mercedes. Kenty's now going to come across the line. He's going to put himself in 12th to the 146.9. That puts Jonas at great risk. And he's finished. Well, actually, I think the game's still going to let him do his lap on softs, because he's currently out as things stand, because the Exasinho is now in 15th. And Adu's going to cross the line, gets a 143.7, is in 7th, so Legends once again on the brink of elimination. The Exasinho, according to the game, is going to get eliminated. Jonas, the Exasinho apparently only able to set 150.8 on softs. Probably made a big mistake during his lap. He's not going to be happy about that. And Jonas now is going to come across the line. Can you put Legend into the elimination zone? Sorry. Well, in 17th he stays. Apparently. Was not allowed to set his lap on softs. So that means the Exasinho, Jonas, who I think I know the Exasinho is one of the strongest drivers on the grid, who was able to fight alongside Faxlin, is going to be starting the race in 16th, Jonas in 17th, Bantoft 18th, Simon in 19th, and TSD in 20th. Swiftpel apparently during the session got a 5-place grid penalty, and as I'm informed, it's for a stupid reason. Unfortunately, I don't think there's much we can do about it. Q2 is now underway. They're very exciting Q1 due to the softs kicking in at the end of the session. And I think now starting on medium is probably very beneficial in Belgium. So we'll see drivers trying to start out on medium. It's going to be hard though. Quite a competitive grid we've got. Many drivers now coming out, sorry. First one out. Het Bumpier on mediums. One of the fastest drivers. Alright, so I haven't been saying much in the past minute, not much to say. I mean, the race, Q2 is only just on the race, so everyone's just on an out lap getting ready for their lap. But as I said, Bumpy is going to be the first guy to start a lap. He's about to in just a moment. He comes through the final chicane. And now Bumpy's lap is underway. As he comes through now, Eau Rouge and Radillon. On board with him now. As he starts through the Kemmel Strait. Very nice, Sector 1. Coming through, I think this is Comms. He's on mediums. Quite a number of drivers have come out on mediums. Got 4 drivers, actually less than I expected, but then again, they could be thinking ahead, knowing that they probably will be at risk of elimination if they come out on mediums, so they've just gone straight out to the softs. Got yellow flags already. I think that's a spun Haas. I think it was may have been the spun Haas of Godlinube, was just going a bit slow. As we're back on board with Bumpy now, as he just finishes Sector 2. And now he's coming through the final chicane. He's got to open DRS and cross the line. So that's a 143.1 on the mediums. Jim Robertson crosses the line next with a 143.9 on softs. Godly Noobs not having the time. I don't think he's having the time of his life. I thought he was going a bit slow. So maybe this definitely just isn't his lap. He's just setting up for the next lap. In the meantime, Faxon's is in first with a 142.3. A lot faster than Bumpier, but to be fair, Faxon did a lap on softs and Bumpier's is on mediums. Sonev set a 144.1. KCDB, excuse me, set a 143.9 and is on mediums. Martin's on mediums, set a 145.5. Wood from Sonev only set a 144.1 on softs. Probably made a mistake along the way. As you see him coming through the Kemmel Strait. Godly Noob definitely was not treating that lap as his main lap. With a 2.22.5. Merv Martin, one of the strongest competitors, finds himself really unlucky generally during the race. So hopefully gets a good qualifying position and then is able to avoid contact for the rest of the race and actually finish in a position that's worthy of him. Andre now coming through Sector 3. Not far behind his teammate. Sorry, a bit ahead of his teammate. As McLaren of Bosman Pickles sets his lap with a 158.8. And the Mercedes of Andre now is about to cross the line. And where is that going to place him? In second with a 142.6. And Merv Martin now will be crossing the line. Oh, he's not going to be crossing the line, he's going to be entering the pits. He said, you know what, this lap on medium's not good enough, not going to cut it, he's just going to go in. Let's see what happens. Legends, it's 146.8. Yeah, definitely mistakes from Bosman Pickle and Godly Noob along the way. Sonev as well, I think he doesn't seem to be setting a lap actually, I think he's just going to be entering the pits. Let's see what he does. Yeah, definitely entering the pits. Didn't have enough fuel to max out on that lap. A-Dude as well now coming across the... Oh, sorry, not across the line, coming through Sector 2. Has got a noob, sets his fastest lap with a 143.2. Behind Bumpier. Kenty as well coming through Sector 2. Troy still in garage. Well, actually, I think Dor had come out that maybe was saying that his lap time wasn't good enough, so he decided to not even bother. And with wait straight into the pits, it'll be probably coming back out on softs. As Renault of Adude now is going to come across the line. 144.004. And Sonev is in the garage, as I had said earlier on. Just Kenty, oh no! Kenty's not going to be happy about that. He was about to finish his lap right through the final chicane. He crashed though. And he's going to have to enter the pits and go again. I think he's going to try. I thought he was going to try go the reverse way because it's so close. He literally spun on the final corner. But now he's going to have to do one in lap with half his front wing, and he's not going to be happy about that. It's going to waste him a lot of time. Roy's on out lap on softs. Unfortunate for Smithbell, 144.3 on softs. He's got a 5-place grid penalty. He's not going to be happy about that. DeRoy and Martins. Two drivers on their out lap. Adude on his in lap. Kenty as well, I think, is on his in lap. So not much to be seeing right now. Drivers getting ready for their laps. As Merv Martin also has just come out of the pits. Fourth will most probably be his final run for Q2. Hasn't set the lap time yet. So he'll be hoping that his next lap is going to be good. It's not going to be invalidated. He's going to keep it clean. Bossman Pickles also started his out lap. And now Roy's going to come across the line, and he's going to start his what could very well be his final lap of Q2. 5 minutes left. Slightly over. A very long track Spa. A nice but long track. A lot of room to make mistakes. As he goes very nicely, Roy, through Rouge and Radillon. Now on board, we are on board with him on the Camel Straight. I was going to call it the Camel Straight for a second. We got yellow flags. I think it was just the drivers being slow. Actually, no. I think that was Godly Noob that might have spun, or I think he actually is just going a bit slow. I don't think he actually crashed. DeRoy now, he just went through the corner, which I find really annoying because you have to brake really early, and now he's coming through Pouillon. Doesn't take it too aggressively, but it takes it nicely nonetheless. I love kind of like high-speed chicanes in Belgium, kind of. And now we're coming through the final bit. He's just invalidated. Oh, he hasn't even gone wide there. The game's absolutely stiffed him, invalidating his lap over there. Merv Martin now on the Camel Straight. According to the game, set the fastest Sector 1. Don't know if it's true. Andre's on his out lap as well. And it was just the corner I was talking about. I swear you can take so many lines through it. It's a pretty annoying corner. Using as much of the track to his advantage, Merv Martin. Good from him. Now he's going to be coming through Pouillon. Taking it very nice. According to the game, he's got the fastest Sector 2, and now he's going to be coming through the final last pieces of Spa, and not a lot left of turning to do apart from the final chicane. So it's all nice and flat out, and that apart from now you brake very hard going through the last chicane. And Merv Martin now is going to open DRS, and he is going to go in second place with a 1:42.5. A good lap from Merv Martin. And Roy, I hope he's got enough fuel for this lap, because he hasn't set lap time, but I hope the fuel will be enough to set him a good lap, at least get him into the top 10 so he can go into Q3. Kenty as well will be looking to set a better lap, because unfortunately for him, he spun out on the final corner. Bosman Pickle as well hasn't been able to set a good lap yet. And this lap doesn't seem to be the fastest either, but it's going to be 1:48.3. Currently in 13, not enough to get him outside of the elimination zone. Legends currently, according to the game, improving on his delta. I don't really believe it though, because the game's like never accurate when you just go to a person. We'll just have to see his delta when he comes across the sector 2 marker timing line. So Legend is now comes across the sector 2 line. It's 6 tenths slower than his fastest lap, and he's already in the elimination zone. That's not going to be good for him. Martins on and out lap on softs. The Roy, the best he could do was a 1:44.4, and unfortunately that's not going to be good enough to get him to Q3, and he's going to be definitely getting eliminated because he doesn't have the time to go in and go back out. Sonev's trying to set the lap on mediums. Do you think he's got enough to take him inside the top 10 on the mediums? I'm really curious to see where Sonev's going to place himself. Godly Noob currently fastest driver on the grid with a 1:42.2, and Sonev now is going to come across the final corner, crosses the line with a 42.9 on mediums. It could be a lap that's good enough to get him to Q3, but I think it just might not be good enough, you know. Bumpy is now starting a lap on softs. KCDB as well is going to be doing a lap on softs. A-Dude will also be doing a lap on softs. And Smithpell will be Smithpell's lap time's invalidated. Ooh, so Smithpell actually on the brink of elimination. Could very well get stiffed by Martins here. As Legend doesn't seem to be going faster. Bosman Pickle, I don't think he's going for Kenty actually. Kenty might put a dent into Smithpell. KCDB is retired from the session. KCDB must have spun out. Solev's retired from the session, but that makes sense. Noob's going to be happy with that lap. A 10 faster than Faxland. Some good stuff from him. Bumpier will be looking to blast ahead of Sonev. Try and get first place. He's currently, according to the game, a fastest sector 2 of the qualifying session, so we could see him going to first. Now comes across the final chicane and enters the pits. A smart call from him actually. He's going to be able to start his race on mediums better than starting on softs. Adu's going to be starting on softs with 143.2. Martins goes up to 8th with a 143.3, so knocks Smithpell out and into the elimination zone. So Smithpell, the Roy, Legend, and Kenty and Bossman will all be getting eliminated. And look at Jamie Robertson making his way into the top 10, into Q3. in my opinion, the most improved driver we've seen over the season so far. Smithville would be annoyed. I feel like he could have done better than a 144.3 DeRoy as well. Bosma Pickle, he was doing pretty well through Zandvoort last race in the Netherlands, but not able to just find the pace today. So we'll be having Sunev, Bumpy and KSDB all starting on mediums. So they'll have that slight race advantage compared to the other drivers in the top 10. Although that said, starting with in ninth on mediums, I think is not the best options for KSTB. Maybe if I'd gone on softs, maybe they've been able to place in say 7th, which I think would have been better, maybe, starting 7th on softs and 9th on mediums, but hey, everyone to his own tastes. Fortunate for DeRoy, invalidated his lap 3 times in a row. That's rough. That's really frustrating. The nerves of league racing getting to people, I don't blame him. You always want to perform to your peak performance in league racing, and it's hard to do. You always want to, you know, set the best image of yourself, win, do the best you can, give it all you've got. We saw driver go out. I think it was Bumpy again. Yeah, Bumpy likes to be the first driver out, you know. I think he's been the driver that's come out the most times this season. Oh, and Bossman Pickle actually unfortunately got invalidated on his last hot lap. Which makes sense, because normally we do see better lap times from him. Faxland claims he's going to be getting a 141.9. I think his last race or the race before, he said he was going to get the lap time, and I think he either got the lap time or beat the lap time, so... But it does make sense. Faxon is an absolutely amazing driver. Blistering pace. Everyone on an outlap except for Andre enjoying his time in the pits. So drivers normally go for 2 runs in Q3. Looks like what they're going to be doing here. I wonder if Andre's got enough sets of tires to do 2 runs. Because maybe that's why it hasn't come out yet. I don't know though. Bumpy now starts his lap, and Jim Robertson right behind him as well. The 2 Williams to be the first drivers to start off today's qualifying session. As Andre is actually on his out lap, so I think he's got the 2 sets of tires, just waiting a bit. Bumpy now coming through Eau Rouge and the Radillon. Coming through the Camel Straight, that DRS nicely wide open. Goes right, goes left. So many corners we've got in Belgium. In Belgium we've got 20 total corners. It's a long track, got a couple of long straights, nice straights. Now he's coming through Pouillon. apparently the circuit is 7.004 kilometers, which for the Americans watching is 4.352 miles. A long circuit. According to Wikipedia, though, it's got 19 turns and not 20. No, sorry, it has got 20 turns. I don't know why it says there's 19 on Wikipedia. Don't know why they've done that. But anyway, Bumpy now is going to come across the line shortly. He comes through the final chicane. Lost a bit of traction there. But he's open to DRS. Not gonna, so this won't be his fastest lap. He does have one more run though, so he's not going to be worried too much. It's a 1:42.4. The Lenoob lap time's invalidated. He's not going to be happy with that. Jim Robertson's going to be next across the line with a 1:44.1. We see the Mercedes of Merv Martin now is going to come across the line with a 1:42.6, only 2 tenths off. Bumpy KCTV with a 1:43.6, then a second off between himself and Merv Martin. And the 2 racing points of Faxon and Sonev about to cross the line. Sonev gets a 1:42.5. And Faxland, where is he? Currently is on provisional pole with a 1:41.8. He had said a 1:41.9, which is faster than what he said. And to be expected, it's Faxland. He is an absolutely blistering driver. And I'm really sad that Dick Cecilio is not in the session. I'm really curious to see how it would have fared against Faxland, against Bumpier. Even Sonev's doing really nicely as well. Merv Martin as well. As usual, we go out for a nice 4 or 5 drivers, all challenging for the lead. Aidud now set a 1:43.0, Martins with a 1:43.2, KCDB. I wonder if he made a mistake or 1:43.6 is as much as he can muster. But they do have another run, which Godly Noob will be using, and Andre is actually the final driver that's going to be setting a lap. Unless Godly Noob's got the fuel for it. Because he's driving along like he's got the fuel for it. I don't know if he does though. So he might just enter the pits come the end of this lap. He's gonna end sector 2 right now, and then most of sector 3 just a long straight. Sure, it's got corners, but they're all flat out. And now it's going to come across the line, Andre. One of the fastest drivers on the grid with all a 1:42.2. Still Faxon, the only driver to reach the 1:41s. And Godly Noob apparently had the fuel for it with a 1:42.1. Very good lap from him. Still though, no one into the 41s yet apart from Faxon. But still really strong stuff from the top 6. A bit of a league of their own. Still one more run left though, so still things could change ever so slightly. Seemingly might have a bit of a battle between Aidud Martins and KCDB. Jim Robertson won't be far off from him either. And the Red Bull of Martins is once again back out. Bumpier is also the first driver again on an out lap. This man really loves to just go out, first one out, find a bunch of nice clean air by himself. Belgium though, a long track, so you don't have the time to do 3 runs, only 2. So Bumpier is in 4th with a strong lap of a 1:42.4, but we'll be hoping he improves by a good 2-3 tenths to at least get him into the top 3. He's gotta not invalidate his lap though to do so. Meantime, MLT, Martins, Jim Robertson on their out laps. Aidud's just come out. For a second I got worried for Bumpier because I saw the invalidated lap time, but then I remembered it's just an out lap, so not too much to fret. As he seemingly almost lost it there through the final corner, so you might just lose just a slight amount of time coming through the first corner now. Then Eau Rouge, nice piece of flat out. Gotta be careful though, you don't want to spin out through right on then. And he's improved by my old door number by 1.128 tenths. Still won't get him into third, but it's a nice improvement as he locks up. So I'll be hoping to keep up this pace and improve even more than that. Zander's on an outlap and Faxland as well. Martins, KCDB, close to each other, will be both looking to improve, especially KCDB. We'll be hoping to see that I can do a lap time better than that as he goes pretty wide. I don't think he lost a lot of time there though. I never trust that game Delta, but if the game's correct, Bumpy 4 tenths up. I doubt it though, I never trust it. As he comes to the final chicane, and where is Bumpy gonna go? Seems to have gone to the chicane pretty nicely. He's gonna open DRS and sets a 142.1. Won't get into the 141s. Currently though in third, a tenth above Andre, almost a tenth slower than Godly Noob. And can anyone get into the 41s apart from Faxland? No, KCB's going to cross the line on his final lap for today, and he's going to get a 142.8, puts himself in 7th. Martins crosses the line, 143.0. Reckon he made a mistake along the way. Godly Noob's retired from the session. Quite interesting. I'm not sure that if it's a few raindrops I'm seeing coming down, so lap time's just going to be affected. Sanev's also retired to the session. Faxton's retired with that nice 141.8, but according to the game, Merv Martin actually set a fastest sector. I think that was sector 2. I don't know if it's true, but if it is, Merv Martin could be onto something here. On a final lap. This comes to the final chicane, losing a lot of grip, the rain not helping. He's going to come across the line. It has improved with a 142.5, even though there was rain, so that's some pretty good stuff from Merv Martin, but only is able to stay in 6th. Q3 is done. Faxland time indeed. Only driver to get into the 141s. Actually, Andre though, maybe he's got something good to say about that. Rain's going down, so I don't think he's going to be improving. Yeah, in fact, he's not. A dude's still out there with an invalid time, so this is how Q3 is gonna end. Faxon in first, Godly Noob second, The Head Bumpy in third, Andre in fourth, Sunev in fifth, Merv Martin sixth, KCDB in seventh, Adude in eighth, Martins in ninth, and Jamie Robertson in 10th. Jamie Robertson probably the most improved driver. Only 3/10 of Martins, but I reckon Martins might have made a mistake along the way. Probably could have gone faster than 143.0. Now we just wait for the session to end. We're getting drivers now will be getting ready for the race. We'll do the formation lap, see the strategy, tires are going to use, fuel. Apparently when rain started coming down, some drivers started losing lap time, which makes sense. And Sunev was got into the rain in the last bit of during his lap. And drivers have now all set the strategy. Smithpell, I hope he's not having connection issues. Alright, and we seem to have a formation lap underway. And I don't know why I don't have... Oh, there we go. I was wondering when the other cameras were going to kick in. So we've never had a race yet where people have not crashed in the formation lap. I want to take us down to Smithpell. Unfortunately, had a 5-place grid penalty. Stupid reasons, but he's gonna have to just deal with it now. He's dropped to 16th. Smithpell's left the session. Gonna invite him back. Didn't seem like he was having connection issues. Unfortunate for DXSinio, he's placed down in 15th. A driver obviously of much higher caliber than that. As I'm trying to find Smithpell, there we go. But he's down in 15th. He'll be looking to make a nice comeback of a race. Don't think he's going to be winning this race though. Don't think he's going to make it 3 in a row. He's going to leave that statistic only for Faxon now. For winning 3 races in a row. And we haven't had the disqualification yet for during the formation lap. Could be the first time ever. Say that though, still sector 3 left to go. Faxon slots into his grid spot. He's going to have cold tires though compared to the rest of the field because they're taking quite a while to slot up, and even though after Murph Martin there's a big delay, KCDB playing it smart, taking his time to come to the grid spot. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, groundbreaking news. Not only do we have a full grid for today's race, we haven't had a disqualification during the formation lap. I've got 5 red lights. The game likes to do this. It takes its time. It's lights out and away we go. Faxon not the best of starts. Godly head to Godly Noob, pretty good starts. A lot of front wing flying. I don't know if that was just the game glitching on me though. People going in too wide now. Bumpy and Andre through the first corner. Some people going wide. That's a dude, and I think KCB going a bit wide. As now we see Faxon and Godly Noob going side by side through Rouge and Radion, but Faxon gives up the position to Godly Noob. But Andre now is going to look to pounce on Faxon, going through a bit slower. He's going to have more momentum than in fact. I think he's going to go around the outside of Faxon, always make contact, but he's managed to get past Faxon. Now Faxon maybe he's going to dive bomb down the inside. No, he's going to slide nicely right behind Andre. The rest of the field pretty much nicely intact, following a nice single file line. As actually Simon Jr. has got front wing damage. I think he's doesn't have front wing damage, just seems to have gone wide. Swiftbell not having the best of starts, dropped down a lot of places. We take a look now at position changes. Legend's gone down 5, the Roy's gone down 3. He's not going to be enjoying that. Now he's going to go side by side with Jonas, but Jonas manages to get past the Roy. The Exosinio up 2 places. Comeback race for him. He's going to want to doing more. Bosman Pickett, nice start for him, up 3, almost into the points. Faxon really didn't have a good start. Yeah, I knew he was going to have cold tires, but still 2 positions down. Andre's gained 2. Godly Noob's up 1, currently race leader. And Ken TW is retired from the session. He's spun out. There's a VSC. Smithpell not having good stuff either, down 4 places. Him and Bantoff still seem to be racing. I don't know. Oh, that was the AI apparently. I never realized Smithpell had left. The AI, I don't know what it's doing. Going side by side with Bantoff. Actually, I think he's got past Bantoff. Don't know what the game's on. Anyway. Oh no, Jamie Robertson. Oh no, Jamie Robertson. Apparently Martin's severe collision with Jamie Robertson. I don't know if there was contact between them. As we see some drivers pitting. Simon, Legend, Jonas as well. Oh, it's a big shame for some drivers. Jamie Robertson, we could have seen him get some nice points today. Oh, he might have been hit by Martins, I don't know. But he's in 18th, 17th, whatever, but he's had to pit. Jonas as well, I was expecting some really good things from him. He's down now in 15th. Oh, I think Jonas had quite a lot to prove for us today. He's had to pit early. Went on hard, so he's going to try and make it a 1-stop. Legends on mediums. I wonder if he thinks the mediums will last him 20 laps. It's a long circuit. I don't know if they will, as Bantoff's looking to go around the outside of Tez D. Manages to do so as well. That's pretty nice stuff from Bantoff. We see Busman Pickett now managed to make it to the points, and DXSinio is in 11th. So close to the points as well. Faxon hasn't been able to get past any of the drivers in front. And apparently, completely unaware, I don't know how this has happened, but Testy is somehow an AI. He's in the session and he's somehow watching and not driving. As Andre sets the fastest lap with 147.3. Never mind, Marv Martin does 146.9. He's down in 8th, right on the tail of A-Dude, and ahead of A-Dude, fellow Renault teammate was KCDB, fellow league admin. And other fellow league admin Gexy unfortunately couldn't race today. Marv Martin now, DRS is on. We've got quite a DRS train coming through the Camel Straight as Faxon almost took a gander down the inside of Gottlieb, and I haven't even realised that. Andre got past Gottlieb at the point. Apparently, Smith Phillips is having some issues. I'm going to try and fight him again. And another driver, apparently as well, just Tez just got kicked out somehow. AI is driving. Don't know what's happened there. Well, anyway, Andre's managed to put a nice second gap between himself and Godlinoob. Godlinoob looking to just use that ERS he's got saved up and get within that 1 second gap as he has. So he does have DRS. Apart from that, not much else to really commentate on. A lot of drivers really close by. Zandre gets the fastest lap. Oh, as A-Dude. Oh no, A-Dude's, whoa, that was a pretty nice save. He came through, what was a Radion, and he's absolutely mushed his front wing. He was going to retire. That was definitely going to be straight retirement, but he managed to save it. And only lost half his front wing. Really struggled for grip there. KZB struggling for ERS. Sonev really saving on ERS nicely, 86%. And he's within a second of Bump here as well. As the Exasinio makes his way into the points, Martin's in 9th, right behind Busman Pickle, and I think, I'm not sure if I saw correctly, I might have seen trinklets of rain though, as Busman Pickle goes wide, picks up a 30-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And Roy now is going to be happily gobbling up that position from A-Dude. And A-Dude does the nice gentleman thing, lets the Roy go by. And Merv Martin, apparently really close to KCDB. Yeah, there they are. Merv Martin will be looking to use DRS. Actually, I was going to say use DRS come next corner, but I think he might be able to go down the inside now on the chicane. He's going to look actually around the outside. He's going to go around the outside of KCDB, and KCDB actually, I think, just concedes the position. I think, you know what, it's not worth to get inside any battles. He's on soft, someone mediums, he's a faster driver than me, he's on a faster compound. So let's let him go. And Merv Martin now unleashed at the 6, going to try catch up with Sonev, 2.5 seconds between them. Smithpell, I don't know what's going on with Smithpell. He's having awful connection. And Godlinoob's managed to come really close to Faxton through the DRS still though. No able to do anything. It's a shame I missed that case. We managed to go down the inside of Merv Martin and he's got past Merv Martin again. The excess and Neon Busman Pickle fighting it out. Texasino tried to get past Busman Pickle. Busman Pickle though did not make it easy for him at all. Was not able to get past, and Martin's right behind the Texasino. I don't know why the timing screen's gone from me, because now I don't know who's close and who isn't. That we do have this DRS train though, between first and fifth basically. Kind of a DRS train as KCDB and Merv Martin fighting it out. Merv Martin able to get past KCDB though, go down the inside. And these two having the time of their lives, fighting it out. as KCTB to gander down the inside. Sawyer's too far back though, didn't go for it. There's Martins and the Roy are pretty close by. Or so I thought. Sorry, it was Martins and the Exosinio which were pretty close by for a second there, but Martins was not able to do anything about the closeness. There was no gap for him to enter. Bumpier as well. And Jamie Robertson's retired from the session. We got a yellow flag in Sector 3. And actually, never mind, we got a full course safety car. This is gonna benefit the people on softs pretty nicely. And oh no, Eido's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. Eido wasn't having the best race. He got front wing damage, and now he's been speeding under VSC. And now I think it's a good time to invite Smithpell again. Hopefully, he stops having connection issues. So now I'm looking at Andre. I'm really curious to see if he's going to be entering the pits. If any of the soft people are going to be entering the pits. Smithpell has also gotten a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. And yeah, since Testy is not driving, right? The AI is driving for Testy. But what I don't understand, right? The AI is set to 40 AI in the event of people not driving. As we see the softs people are entering the pits, smart calls from them. Even people on mediums are entering the pits. They think it's a good enough time, fair enough. You do save a lot of time under safety car when you pit. So somehow the 40 AI of TESD has been able to keep him ahead of the rest behind him, when in reality the pace of TESD should be around what Smithpell's is. So somehow, I don't know what's happening here. So I'm really baffled by this. But hey, good for TESD, I guess. Good for AlphaTauri. Not like he scored points from 13th anyway because of how bad the F1 point system is, but I'll get onto that more into the final race of the season. There's some plans for TRL as we enter season 2 slightly later on. We're under the safety car, and I don't know what. I swear I'm seeing people overtake each other. And Martins and DXosinio. Don't know what's happening between these two, DXosinio and Martins. DXosinio seemingly just spun out Martins. And now Giannis is going incredibly slow. I don't know what's happening here. Very confusing indeed. I'm gonna take a look at the race director. Maybe they can tell me more. So Martins already got a 5-second time penalty for a collision. And I think Martin's got another. He's got 2 5-second time penalties now with DXosinio. I don't know what happened there. Everyone's apparently severely colliding with DXosinio somehow. And DXosinio's in 5th. How's this happen? Oh yeah, because DXosinio pit early on. And still, even KCT, I am extremely confused at the standings on the left. People are crashing left, right and center here, yet somehow I'm not seeing any front wing fly. And people are just getting 5-second time penalties, and that was clearly DXosinio crashing into KCDB, yet somehow the Exasinio then get the 5-second time penalty, but oh no, and the Exasinio didn't. So I don't know what's going on here. Hopefully the drivers will tell me more about it later on. And report any of this which is yeah, and report any which is like any type penalties which they don't deserve or something, if they actually get given on at the end of the race, because I don't know what's happening. Everyone's somehow getting a severe collision time penalty with the Exasinio here. I'm very baffled by this. I'm gonna take a look at pit stops. So everyone's basically stopped apart from TESD. The AI not working well for TESD over there. Anyway, I don't know how Bumpier is so far down, and how I can get why the Exasinio managed to climb so high though, and this is good for the Exasinio, as Simon's now retired from the session. I don't know if he spun under the safety car. I'm honestly unsure. The safety car is in this lap. Apparently had a front wing change. No. Oh, Bumpy had a front wing change, I think, is what Jamie Roberts is trying to tell me. If that's the case, that makes more sense. Didn't know he had front wing damage. Or if I did, I forgot. Anyway, safety cars in this lap. Thank you, Jamie Robertson, for informing me. I'm really sorry about your race, though. You had a really good qualifying session. You could have bagged some nice points today, but unfortunately went wrong. Swiftbelt still no connection to me whatsoever, but the race is back on. And Andre in first, Faxland in second, Golinub in third, KCDB on hards in fourth. He's surrounded by a lot of drivers on mediums though, so he's going to be pretty slow. Sonev and the Exasinio also on hards. So some drivers think they can do it on hards, some think they can do it on mediums. Be interesting to see what's going to be the final outcome. Oh no, Bantoft's also lost it through already on. Somehow did not lose his front wing through that. Very hard hitting crash, but only lost his front wing, so Bantoft will be pleased, I guess. Still not happy though. As Sonev and KCDB were side by side for a bit. Sonev tried to get past KCDB though, but was not able to. KCDB fended him off nicely, and Sonev took a gander down the inside, but was not looking for it through Puyana. It goes a bit wide as well. Yeah, and Simon, unfortunately, I think he spun out on the during a safety car. And Sonev goes down the inside of KCDB. They're still side by side. And Sonev manages to take it around the outside of KCDB and gets past KCDB as well. Nice move between these two. And already though, some 3 seconds behind them and Godly Noob. And I think maybe KCDB was holding up Sonev a bit. There's some drivers actually entering the pits. Down at the back, don't know what's happened there. Yeah, it's time to the George Russell, unfortunately. As KCDB now is going to look around the outside of Sunef. These are just properly battling it out. Friends in real life. But Sunef manages to hold KCDB off for another corner. And the Exosinio though right behind KCDB. And Bumpy as well right there. And Murph Martin as well. The Exosinio looked to get past KCDB. KCDB though said, nope, you ain't getting past. As Sunef's being able to get put some distance between himself and KCDB, and now the Exosinio and KCDB side by side. And the Exosinio was able to get past KCDB during the straight over there. I find it a bit weird. Maybe KCD had to concede his position. DRS is now enabled. And the Exosinio is not within that second yet between himself and Sunev. But Sunev's not going to be getting DRS from anyone anytime soon either, so... And the Exosinio coming through the detection point, he might get DRS. He might be able to get DRS. And Sunev has the repair symbol. And the Exosinio does have... Oh no, the Exosinio... Oh no, KCDB has lost it. And retired from the session. And then we've got VSC, but... Oh no, KCDB was having such a great drive. One of the best drives he's had this season. Looking like he could have finished in the top 5, top 7. Oh, but he's lost it through Radion. But what can you do? VSC, I think, soon gonna end. Faxon's managed to catch up to Andre. Godly Noobs are not so far behind them. And Bossman Pickle gets to drive through penalty for speeding under VSC, but VSC is done, and the Exosinio seems to have caught Sunev off guard. It gets past Sunev. But now they're fighting alongside, side by side. Sunev not giving much room to the Exosinio. Actually, I think it's the other way around. Actually, the Exosinio not giving much room to Sunev, but he squeezed him just nicely. Managed to keep Sunev right behind him, but Sunev might take a peek down the inside here. But he thinks he's too far back. He'll be using DRS instead. The DRS assistance. And that's what Faxon's going to be looking to do now on Andre. Andre, though, has got a lot more ERS, so basically double the ERS of Faxon. He's going to be saving that when Faxon's even closer. Because even though that Campbell straight's a long straight, got a lot of DRS, can hold people off nicely. But Sunev manages to get past the Exosinio again. And yeah, although Sunev, the Exosinio, Bumpier, Murph Martin, all fast drivers, and even drivers behind these guys, they're all on hards though, so they're not going to be doing much catching up to the top 3. But they're going to be hoping that their tires last until the end. Because near the end of the race, I reckon these mediums are going to be pretty tired, pretty dead, compared to these hards, but I reckon the time gains they're going to be getting from now, it might just be enough to make the softs good enough. As Sunev almost loses it, lost it a bit, managed to save it though, only clipped a bit of the gravel, gets a time penalty, and the Exosinio will be looking to pounce on this situation. He's made the move past Sonev round here last time around. I think he also made the move past made the move past Sonev round here last time around. He's going to look down the outside and manages to actually stick it around the outside and goes down the inside and gets past Sonev. That's really nice stuff for DXS. Oh no, and they've touched, and Sonev's clipped DXS, and Sonev's got front wing damage, and DXS and spun DXS in the process, and that's a really big shame. DXS, who's in 5th place, was looking at 4th after doing a brilliant comeback, is now dropped back to 10th after Sonev's touched him, and the Sonev's got front wing damage as well. I don't know if he thinks it's going to be enough to pit. But if that's the case, if he's going to have to pay, he's going to drop a lot of positions himself as well. And that puts Merv Martin in 5th though. And he's got DRS on Bumpier, so he could as well get that 4th. Yeah, F's all around here, honestly. Got 4 DNFs. Spithbell was not able to, it was kept having connection issues. Tess D was not able to take control of his car, so the AI is driving for him and is somehow keeping up at this pace, at the pace of a normal driver. Don't know how that's happened, honestly. And the Roy and Janas, the Roy managed to get past Janas or Jonas, I don't know which way it is. DXS, oh, I feel bad for the man. Gets past Janas though. Durham Martins, the 2 Red Bulls, 7 and 8th, pretty good from them. And within a second of Sonev as well, so we could see the Red Bulls do pretty well today's session. I hope they do. Sonev, I think Sonev might have that front wing damage, he's the 3 seconds to Merv Martin, basically, and I'm going to see if he enters the pits now. I know, I swear some get front wing damage, but maybe he thinks it's just not enough to enter the pits. But Martin's right behind on his tail. Merv Martin right behind Bumpier's tail. And Merv Martin now's got DRS. He's going to use that DRS. Bumpy's got no DRS, but he's too far back to make a move, make a lunge. We're on similar ERS levels though, so I don't think it'll be long before Merv Martin is able to take the plunge and get past Bumpier. As Sonev under heavy pressure from the 2 Red Bulls. Not much happening right now, people just a bit behind each other. Yeah, Dixon lost the first challenge, two times in one race. Honestly, DXS best he could have probably finished was 4th. And probably was looking at a 5th. He could climb his way back to 5th, He might be able to. It's going to be a big challenge, but he could pull it off. The biggest issue with that is he's only got 7 laps to do so. If he had more time, I reckon he would have. Martin's also second to Sonev. Don't know what's happened there. Roy as well. No, hasn't been able to get past Roy. Faxon as well. I've completely forgot about the front runners. Faxon just hasn't been able to get past Andre. Sure, Andre's got a lot more ERS, but still. Faxon hasn't been able to take the plunge, but this is good for the standings. Faxon not finishing in first. Because as I've been saying, I don't like the F1 point system. And you finish on first, you get a lot more points than you would for the pretty large gap difference between first and second, and between say second and third, and fourth. The Exosinio indeed pretty close to the Roy, within a second of the Roy, so could be see an overtake coming pretty soon. So now falling behind Merv Martin, not able to keep up with the pace of Merv Martin. I don't know, I'm pretty sure he has front wing damage, but according to the graphics on my screen he doesn't. But I swear I saw him smash into the Exosinio and the Exosinio spun, so... But maybe it was not, maybe he just didn't get front wing damage. As Faxon now could mount a strong challenge to Andre. He's within 4/10, he's got DRS. He doesn't have DRS for it though. He's losing the slipstream, using DRS, but he just can't get it done. Andre's got so much more ERS, but Faxon's doing this. He's dissecting Andre is what he's doing basically. He's forcing Andre to slowly use more and more ERS till eventually they'll reach similar ERS levels, and then Faxon can take the pounce and get past Andre. As the Roy's got past. Whoa, what's happened here? Oh no, as Martin's gone wide. I don't think he got front wing damage. The Exosinio and Martin's, they seem to have gone a bit wide there. So basically, the Roy got past Martins, and then the Exosinio was fighting alongside Martins, so I reckon Martins might have made a mistake, and then I hope the Exosinio didn't force Martins wide. I think they were fighting alongside by side, and Martins just went a bit wide. Luckily though, I don't think he's got front wing damage, so that's good. And the Exosinio's pursuit of a comeback slowly coming together, coming to life within basically half a second of the Roy. But now put them in 7th, but then to gain 2.5 seconds on Senef, pretty big stuff. Who can't drive? Stein, I'm not sure what you mean, what you're referring to either. Who can drive? You know, and Godeloop as well, as I randomly go on him. He's just been in this nice 1.2 or so seconds behind Faxland. I think he might be gaining, you know, 1,000 every lap. Well, that's about it. This, Jan 11 from 12, fought stuff, and Jan's got past, and the Exosinio and the Roy actually fighting it out. The Exosinio looking around the outside of the Roy, gets past them as well. Not the Exosinio though. 3.8 seconds off Sonev. No, about 5 laps to close that gap. Pretty big gap to close, like I think around 7/10 a lap, and then it has to get the overtake done. So it's gonna be pretty hard. Bumpier just in a drive of his own here. I'm really surprised he's around 8 seconds behind Godly Noob. Oh yeah, he had the front wing damage, that makes sense. I just remembered he had the front wing damage, so he's lost a lot of time through there. Oh, and Faxland inching closer. He should take the pig down the inside. He's going for it down the inside. Oh, he touched. Oh, and they've touched. Faxland did not have a lot of room for it. He managed to send it down the inside, and he drops the third. While I feel sorry for Faxland, this is good for the Drivers' Championship. From an unbiased point of view, I feel bad, but also they're good for the championship, good for the standings. But he's still within that second of Godinoob, so he could easily pounce on that second place again. As we see yellow flags, I don't know why, between Eidud and Dianas apparently. Everything seems to be in the clear. And actually, the Roy's pitting, and Martins has also entered the pits as well. A bit of a double stack pit. I don't know why they've done that. So they are losing on positions now. Martins has all had to serve a time penalty as well, as if he wasn't losing enough time by entering the pits. So basically I think they both, like this, have lost a position. Actually, Oh dearie me, Martins was gonna come out. Alright, so the Roy's lost 1 position to A-Dude. With 5 seconds between himself and A-Dude, he could see him regain 8th. Martins will be looking to regain 9th, and I don't think he's going to be doing that. He's 12.5 seconds behind. And he's fighting alongside Giannis now. As Giannis looking down the inside, he's going to get past as well. Martins may have fresh tires, but they're still cold, so they still need time to warm up. And in the meantime, Faxland has got a 3-second time penalty, which means... well, it means nothing really, because Bumpier's like 8 seconds behind, and Faxland... all that means is Faxland is probably going to finish in 3rd, even if he gets past Godly Noob, as long as Godly Noob doesn't get a time penalty, as long as Andre doesn't get a time penalty. And Martin's now looking to get past Giannis. It's about the only action going on, actually. And Sonev, I'm realizing, entered the pits. Lost quite a lot of places from that. Don't know why he's entered the pits. Only for like 4 laps to go. I'm actually gonna take a quick look, see where he was. Yeah, Sonev was around 6th. And is now down in 9th. Which gives the Excesinio the 3 points. Which is good for the Excesinio, but don't know why Sonev decided to pit. 3 laps left to go. I don't. Was his tire possibly that high? The medium seemingly sticking out for Godly Noob, 8 Andre, and Faxland. And because in fact Bumpy hasn't been able to close that gap. Maybe actually seemed to have closed it by a second. As Faxland and Godly Noob now fighting it out. Both not getting the best of exits, but Faxland a better exit than Godly Noob's got DRS as well. He's going to look down the... oh, I thought he was going to look down the outside, but no, too far back. The Roy's managed to claim 8th again, because Sonev had pit. He's still pretty... he could manage to get past A-Dude as well. Martin's though unfortunately out of the points. Giannis is in 10th. Godly Noob been losing time to Andre. But 3 laps left to go. Not a lot of time left to get moves done. Bumpy will be looking to do around the 2nd and a couple of tenths per lap faster than Faxland to try and get 3rd place, the final podium spot, due to Faxland's 3-second time penalty. It's going to be a mighty challenge, probably won't be able to, but it's going to be what he's aiming for. As Faxland almost took a gander around the outside of Godly Noob, but not able to get past. Andre's definitely happy about this. He's going to be looking to just not get a time penalty and claim a race win again, because it's been a while since he has. I think he might have won the first race of the season actually. Not sure though. My mind is not really remembering perfectly. In fact, it's really close to Godly Noob. He's got the DRS. He's got Slipstream. Well, he's got a lot less DRS than Godly Noob, but nonetheless, he's got that DRS. The Slipstream looked right. Ooh, I'm not sure there if Godly Noob did the double block. Faxton, either way, not able to get past. Look down the inside though, still not able to get past. Sonev in 9th, 7 seconds off Roy. Driving by himself. In 6 seconds basically ahead of Jonas as well. Martins out of the DRS range between himself and Jonas. Jonas, again, I really don't know which way it is. And Faxton, although is doing his best to get past Godly Noob, in the end it doesn't even matter because he's got that 3-second time penalty, and unless Godly Noob gets a 3-second time penalty, then it's really not gonna matter. But I guess he wants it for the track position, which fair enough. And Dixie-Sinio's, he's kind of double comeback back. He started from like 15th, lower maybe. Lower, I think. I think he started in 16th. He's in 6th. And he's been spun out once during the race and still in 6th. So pretty impressive performance by the Dixie-Sinio. And not to mention, he pitted on lap 2. So these tires are now about 19, 20 laps old. 14 laps old. I could have sworn he had pit on lap 2. Maybe it was another driver, I don't know. Oh yeah, it was another driver that pit on lap 2, I think, or 1. Anyway, nonetheless, Faxland, while I was watching Dixie-Sinio, got past Godly Noob. It's a shame I didn't see that overtake happen, but I don't think Godly Noob's sweating it too much because it's the last lap of the race, and he just, unless Godly Noob makes a big mistake, he's not going to be losing 3 seconds to Faxland. And Sonev really close to Roy, who'd be looking to get a place back because he was in like 6th when he pit, went down to 9th. He's going to use that DRS to go round the Red Bull on the Kemmel straight and gets past on the final lap. Again though, time penalties are in effect, so we don't know what's going to happen with those. Just going to stick on board with Andre as he comes through. Turns 19. Turn 20 for the one last time. He manages to keep it in one piece. He crosses the line and Andre wins the race. He wins the Belgium GP. Faxland second on track position, but comes third due to time penalties. That puts Godly Noob in 2nd. Beaupier is going to cross the line in 4th. Merv Martin in 5th. He could drop down from time penalties to the Dixie-Sinio. He does not, and just barely by 0.4 of a second. Merv Martin holds on to 5th, Dixie-Sinio in 6th. And hey dude, he's gonna cross the line. Puts himself in 7th. Again, unless time penalties have something to say about that. I think time penalties are gonna have a big thing to say about that. Sonev crosses the line. Goes ahead of A-Dude. The Roy crosses the line. Goes ahead of both Sonev and A-Dude. Jonas crosses the line. Stays in 10th. And Martins gets a 5-second time penalty for an unserved penalty, apparently. So will Legend maybe get past Martins? No, he doesn't. But no, it's not like there are points involved anyway. So to round it all up, Andre in oh, well, the screen just left me. The game's given Dixie-Sinio the driver of the day, and it's something I can back. Andre enjoying his podium and race win. Good stuff from the lads, an enjoyable race. I thank them all for driving. I thank you all for watching. as we'll go through the standings one last time. Andre in first, Golinoop second, Faxon third, Bumpier in fourth, Merv Martin fifth, Xasinio sixth, the Roy in seventh, Son Evan eighth, Adu the ninth, Giannis in 10th. That rounds up the points. The points. Martin's in 11th, and yeah, I don't. There might have been some issues with time penalties. Martin's 11th, Legend 12th, Bosman Pickle in 12th, Bantov 14th, Test Day in 15th, Swift Pilot 16th, and Case to Be, Simon, James Robertson, Kent, all DNF'd. But yeah, there was a lot of weird time penalties that might have happened, so that will have to get sorted out through incidents and race reports, so standings might change. Nevertheless, I want to thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. It's been an enjoyable race. We've only got 2 races left. I'm going to quickly check where the last 2 races of the season are. The last 2 races of the season are in the United States and Brazil to round off the calendar. So I'll be seeing you next week for the United States GP. I thank you all for watching, and Godspeed.